Welcome to the neighborhood. What's the armour of God? It's a way of explaining the benefits and freedoms that we have in the good news of Jesus. It's called the gospel. Gospel means good news. It's a picture language for a new way of thinking about ourselves and about the world around us. It's a gift from God. We don't naturally have his armour. God gives us the equipment. The Apostle Paul, who uses this picture language, he came up with it inspired by God the Holy Spirit. Chooses the example of a soldier, not because a soldier was particularly impressive to Paul, but because it's the best example he could think of a person being under orders. A soldier, you see, is duty bound to do what his or her commander says, even if it puts them in danger. A soldier can't quit. If in a battle situation the soldier quits, says, no, I'm not doing it, then he puts a whole, or he or she puts a whole lot of other people in real danger. It's very different than to a normal job where you can decide to quit or not. It's all up to you. You've got the authority to make that decision. When you are a soldier, you're under authority. A disciple of Jesus is an apprentice and is one who is under authority. They have, in a sense, enlisted. Being a Christian is enlisting to follow Jesus. And in order to do that, you need to put on the full armour of God. You need the equipment God gives you to live out his direction and leading in your life. Helps you to make good choices, helps you in your decision making, helps you in the way of your thinking and seeing and doing. If you haven't got any armour on, you are really, really vulnerable. Now, in order to get into this subject, I decided, hey, I'm going to do a kit. It's not an Airfix kit, but it's one of those plastic kits of a Roman soldier, the model with all its equipment on it. And so you're going to ask me, well, how are you getting on with that? Well, let me be honest with you. I've not got very far. I have invested in the paints to do it. I've got some yellow. I've got some fleshy colour. I've got some gold metallic ones as well. I've got red. I've got some of the colours. I've got all the kit now, but I haven't done anything. I know about it. I know what to do, but I haven't done it. I've even got the stuff. I haven't even opened that yet. Let's open it, see what we got. So there it is, it's all in there, all these bits. I don't know how to put that together, but I've got to paint it and put it together. And I know I should have got going on it, but I've just been really busy. Anyway, there it is. I got nowhere, in other words. Okay, so the armour of God, it's got lots of pieces of equipment. And first of all, Paul talks about a piece of equipment, the belt of truth. The belt, you see, not only holds the uniform together, it's used to tuck in the gown or the, it's not like a dress, but it's like the skirting of the Roman soldier. And often in these times, they wear much longer robes, and those robes needed to be lifted up and put on the belt in order that you can move and be ready for action. You hear sometimes, even in the scriptures, it talks about girding up your loins. In other words, you're lifting up your gowns, putting them into the belt so that you can move forward. Now, look, I'm looking at my video and it's moving a bit, so I've just adjusted it. I think we're all right again now. Anyway, you're shoving it in your belt, so you're ready for action, ready for go. The belt of truth is picture language for saying, believe the truths of the Bible. You don't add to the scriptures. You don't take away from the scriptures. You believe the scriptures, and then you have to let it get inside you. The belt of truth holds together the way of living the Jesus life. The belt of truth is the Bible. the words of our commander that leads us and guides us and helps us to make good choices. It's the words of our Creator. And they come in all sorts of different ways, in picture language, in poetry, in stories, all sorts of ways over many, many, many centuries to help us understand how to live out the Jesus way. Belt of truth. The question is, am I ready for action? How thoroughly am I studying the scriptures, the commander's directions? And how thoroughly, and this is really important, am I allowing those words to get into my life? Am I allowing the scriptures to speak into my life, or am I speaking into the scriptures? And what I mean by that is, you can easily look at the Bible and say, oh, I like that bit of the Bible, oh, I don't like that bit. And you kind of like picking and choosing the bits you like. So nothing ever really changes in your life. But actually what you're really trying to do when you're putting on the belt of truth, you're saying, I'm allowing the scriptures to speak to me, to change me, to knock off those edges, as it were. It's a bit like with my kit I'm just thinking of here. Now, I bought the paints, I've got all the kit now, but I've now got to apply it and do it, and I haven't. And sometimes we can know loads about the Bible, we can say lots of things, and we can know all the different Bible books and all that kind of stuff, but does it really reach into us? Are we allowing it to speak into us and change us? How are we going to knock off the edges in our lives? What do I mean by knock off the edges? You know, maybe we struggle with gossiping, maybe we struggle with a critical spirit, all sorts of possibilities, but we can't get that sorted out unless we allow the scriptures to speak to us and to start to change us, to dig out the stuff that is really not helpful in our lives. So, belt of truth, the first of the uniform or the armor that God gives us. Really, really helpful, and it ties everything else in. Hopefully, next time I'm with you, I will actually have done something of my craft. And I'm doing that craft just to help me to engage with the topic in a new way. So it's just a bit of fun, really. Anyway, God bless you. Have a good week and see you soon.